Welcome to Montreal Rocks. And today we are speaking with Victoria Anthony, someone from Vancouver, BC. Thank you so much for being on the show, Victoria.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited.
Well, excited is one word to explain what's happening around you because a lot of things are happening in your life. And we're going to get into that very soon, including a brand new video that's kind of blowing up right now. Uh, I could say that you're on fire, and that would be literal because you are almost in the
Yep.
video.
A bit
Um,
too close for comfort.
yeah, exactly. But before we get into that, I like to always start with the origin story. I want to kind of figure out, where you came from and kind of work our way up. So oftentimes we grow up listening to our parents' music, but at some point there's a song or a band that we kind of hear that unlocks this new musical influences, like a new universe for us almost. And we kind of start to feel music instead of just hear it for the first time. Is there a band or a song that did that for you?
Yes, there is. I like you said, I always listen to my parents' music growing up on our iPods when we used to have those. And my mom would just put a bunch of music on there, and I think it was No One by Alicia Keys that really just got me in love with music. I think it's a beautiful song, beautiful meaning. I loved singing it. My first concert I ever went to was an Alicia Keys concert when I was 2 years old. My mom took me there. I was sleeping in the middle of the concert because I was just so tired as a little child. But it was that song just means a lot to me, and I still love it today.
That's very cool. Let's move forward a little bit more. So you're obviously you had a very musical family. They're playing music in the house. Now, I always like to look at the first Instagram post, and that
Oh,
was April 29th, 2018.
wow.
You're on the guitar and you're playing The Scientist,
I think
and
I
you're
know what you're talking about. This is crazy.
you're singing "Nobody Said It Was Easy," part of the lyrics. So, what kind of work have you put into your career since that time, way back in April 2018?
I just remember sometimes I stalk my own account and I looked back and the caption to my first post is life's hard. Like what is that? That's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. I don't know why that is. But I have done a lot of things since then. I have released an album. I released just a new single a few days ago called Dirty Lipstick. And it's been a whirlwind. I got to sing with Pink very, very early on in my musical
Oh, we're gonna
career,
get
which
to
was,
that.
oh yeah, which was, I mean, such an incredible experience. And I've just really fallen in love with songwriting since then. I mean, you can hear my guitar there. It was like terrible. I was self-taught recently. I was like 2 months before that post, probably I taught myself how to play guitar. I'm still self-taught piano and guitar and singing mostly. And I think the biggest thing is I've just really fallen in love with every part of music. I love songwriting. I love singing. I love kind of using music to connect with people. And I think that's the biggest kind of thing I've learned since my first post, I guess.
I have so much to deconstruct there. So, one thing is that yeah, you are self-taught in the guitar and piano. I think you prefer to write with the piano than the
Yeah.
guitar. And obviously, it takes a lot of work to get to where you are, and you've already accomplished so much at your young age. So we'll kind of get to that as well. And you mentioned Pink, so let's get that out of the way. We don't need to talk about it very much. 10 days after you did that post, you're singing in front of Pink and 20,000 people. There's 15 million views on YouTube, so obviously people know about that. But there's a point at the end of the video where Pink whispers to you, "Never stop."
Hmm.
When does that whisper show up again in your life, in your little ear there?
Wow, that is such
But
a
never
thoughtful
give.
question.
When does that her advice kind of show up in your life over and over again?
I think every time I'm writing, that's like it's kind of random, but every single time I'm songwriting, it's always a challenge, whether it's just a really emotional song or whether it's just a complicated rhythm or whatever it is. I kind of always get somewhat defeated because it's like, oh, I just like you like it's so fulfilling once you get to that finished place with the song. And every part along the journey is as well, but it's just like it hurts sometimes. And I think those are times where I just really say to myself, like, just don't stop, like finish it because it's going to mean something to you. And It's just a really beautiful process. So I think times like that, and I think just times like before I'm gonna go perform, because it's always a bit nerve wracking, you know. Um, I mean, I haven't really been able to perform that much because of COVID, but whether it's even just online performances, I always say to myself, like, you know what? People already expect that you're going to perform right now because you've told them you are. So it's like you either don't show up or you just go do it and try your best. And so I think that's just another case where I'm just like, just go for it. You know, what's the worst that can happen? I mean, there are many worse things that can happen, and I'm just going to pretend that they're not going to happen.
Let's take us back to August 13th, 2018. Now it's your first solo concert. Your three brothers are roadies, hashtag Vic Live on their shirts. Love that. You're like in marketing right at the beginning. It's awesome. What emotions did you feel when you left the stage after that first performance?
Oh my God, I remember that. I remember I was at a baseball like tournament in Whistler right before that for my brother. And that was a really like new time in my life because like I really never performed before. Like never ever have I just been by myself for an hour at the piano sharing something with people, and a lot of people I knew, a lot of people I didn't. I just remember being really really nervous and really excited when I the whole time, because it's really a beautiful place that you are in mentally when you're performing, because it's like it's not like anything else. Like everyone kind of gets it's like a high that you like can't get any other way. It's like it's just so magical. And so it was my first time really experiencing that, and it just really helped me fall in love with the art of performing.
Well, there's a saying, there's more happiness in giving than receiving. And I think when you're performing, you're in a giving mode. So you're just reaching out to that audience and giving them something beautiful. And how could that not make you happy?
Exactly.
So you get to that point. We all know that you have your whole life to create your first album, which you did. And I believe in that first one, you're kind of really good at exploring your feelings. But then as you're creating these new songs and you're getting older, I think you're now going deeper, and you're not only discovering your feelings, but you're living through those feelings, even maybe taking a moment of time and kind of really living it with your lyrics. What was that? Why was that important for Dirty Lipstick, for example?
Well, I think with my first album, it was really an exploratory time more musically, because I didn't really know what I was doing at all. Like I was just kind of working with really talented writers and trying to figure out what I contribute. I was like bringing song ideas and learning like what can be turned into a song and what's kind of not not perfect for certain situations. And it was so up in the air that I didn't really have time to get into the nitty gritty of like, wow, how am I really, really feeling? And so with this new music, with Dirty Lipstick, for an example, I now I know how to write a song, and I know kind of how the production works, and I know how to release a song. And I really wanted to take it a step further and go into that vulnerability, and almost even harder, go into a vulnerability on an upbeat song, which I'm obsessed with songs like that, where it's like super sad kind of lyrics or angry or whatever, but it's like partay, you know, like it kind of just gives that juxtaposition. And yeah, I really wanted to get that vulnerability through Dirty Lipstick while keeping it something that people can dance to.
It takes a lot of courage, and we know that you are really hands-on when it comes to your music.
Mhm.
You're not just a puppet of some producer. You really get really involved, even the conception and helping produce and direct the video. Maybe not direct, but you really these are your thoughts. These are your images in your mind that you were able to put out on the video.
Yeah, I think just being a part of every single process of in the art that I'm putting out with my name on it is really important to me. And yeah, in fact, I co-directed this last video with an amazing director, Brock Newman, and just the process, learning everything from these incredible people I'm working with is just such a blessing. And I really like to take it all in because it's just such a unique opportunity to be working with the best, like the best where I live, maybe the best ever. I don't know. But it's really cool to learn from other people's talents, and then kind of being able to see what I like. And I've noticed I really like directing. I really like being involved in producing. I've fallen in love with mixing recently. I just love, because I've been able to work with a phenomenal mixer, Tony Maserati, who's like an actual legend. And I've just learned so much from him and been able to really understand the process of mixing and how important it is to a song. And I just like, whether it's cover art, like you have up on your screen, I love it. My cover art, I was really excited to take my concept and work with an incredible photographer, Dennis Gosher from Collective View, and make it happen. And I love being a part of every aspect of my music and the visuals to go along with it. Because I mean, for instance, Dirty Lipstick, the song started with a chorus idea when I was pacing back and forth in my bedroom. So it just really matters to me.
Maybe you picked something up when you were 10 years old visiting a movie or a TV set.
Exactly.
You did go visit a movie set when you were young, right?
Yeah.
Did you pick up anything, or this just all came naturally to you?
I think there have been so many things in my life that have really given me some lessons that have helped me along this musical journey. For instance, I used to do a musical theater summer program when I was younger. I did it for like 5 years, and it was like quite the organization. It was incredible. It's called Gotta Sing, Gotta Dance, and we would like do like 12 numbers. We would be singing, dancing, acting, and it was just like such an incredible performance, like learning opportunity. And I think that's just one of those things that really shaped me as a performer and as a lover of music.
So I'm definitely seeing an evolution. It's getting a little bit more rockier too, as well. I did listen to your older stuff, Breathe Underwater. It gave me goosebumps. I got to say, it's very rare a song gives me goosebumps these days, but it's a crazy song. And I like the way that it talks about, you know, doing the impossible, like almost like a superpower of breathing underwater. Is there a time when you felt that your inner strength surprised you, even at your young age?
Ooh, I think maybe just during COVID, it's been really difficult releasing an album during this time and being able to push through, even though it was like I've found a lot of parts of COVID really difficult, just not being able to see people that I love, and watching people that I love get really sick. And I think just being able to find that inner strength within me to be able to continue doing other things that I love, like music. That's been really helpful. And I think music has almost been that superpower for me, and been able to give me the just the motivation and the strength that I need to persevere through times like this.
And to never give up.
Never give up.
What's the link between music and color?
Ooh, that's very interesting, because I like always see songs as colors. Like for instance, Breathe Underwater is blue to me. My song Gotta Get Up is green. Real Life is orange. And Dirty Lipstick is red, as you can see on the album cover. Um, I don't know what it is, but it's like every time I hear a song, I see a color, and the aesthetic of the song is like really apparent to me right away. Whether it's like, and for for Dirty Lipstick, that like everything I saw right away was like leather, lace, like mirrors, and that's kind of why the album cover is that way. And obviously lipstick,
Mhm.
it says it right there in the title.
And the
And
classic red, obviously,
absolutely, the
as I
aesthetics
would
just
know
kind
because I wear lipstick all the time. I'm like, yeah.
of course. But yeah, the aesthetics just it's a weird thing. It's like songwriting in a sense, where it's just kind of like it magically appears, and the idea comes and you can just grab it.
I think that's probably why your videos have this appeal to them, because you are a person that's very visual, and just because of that, so you're able to capture that. And it's really great to see the way your creativity is coming to life on the screen.
Thank you.
Something else I want to talk about: the number 8, important number for
Yeah.
you, and it's a number.
Oh my
The
gosh, I
number
feel
of
like you're like
balance.
inside my brain right now. This is
I
stressing
do.
me out. Okay.
I do my research.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
it's the number of balance and harmony. So, as a young
Really?
woman, where do you see the need for balance and harmony in the world today?
Oh, wow. I mean, maybe just the entire world. I feel like everyone's all stressed out all the time. I mean, people are stressed out rightfully. There's a lot going on. There's racial inequity, there's gender inequity, there's so many things that are kind of holding people back that they just don't deserve. And it's systemic. It's in our governments, it's in our society, it's everywhere. And I think we just need to be more compassionate. I like that sounds so like, let's just put a band-aid on this, but it's like I think the root of certain things and the route to get to a place of change is really just listening to people, because like what would I know about Black people's struggles? Nothing. But when I listen to Black people and hear about what they go through on a daily basis, and when I do my research and things like that, that's when you can actually learn and become a compassionate person, because you would never just like, no one expects you to know about someone that you've never like gone through their struggles. It's not it just wouldn't make sense. And so I think if we're more compassionate and start caring about um like really trying to live through other people's shoes, we can start feeling like their problem is our problem. And I think that's something that's really helped me just as trying to be an ally in different aspects of life, is to just try and like everyone's problem is everyone's problem. We're so much more connected
Yeah.
than we are separated. And I think that balance comes when we start like really leaning into our human nature, which is compassion and is community. No matter what some people try to tell you, it's not survival of the fittest. I mean, it is kind of, but it's more like survival of the community. That's why us humans have gotten so far. It's because we are community and we care about each other and we communicate. And I think that's just really important. Sorry, I went very far on the number 8 there, but
No
yes, I do
problem.
like.
And sometimes we need to tear the band-aid off. That's the hard part. You know, sometimes there's a little pain involved, but once you do it, you can really get to understand maybe a culture or a people better. And then we can, like you said, offer compassion. A very mature answer. I thank you for that. You once received some advice to be unique and be yourself. If you can reduce the essence of Victoria Anthony into one word, what word would that be?
I would say passionate. And the reason is because um I just think like I can be very neutral in many cases, but when I care about something, I really care. Whether it's my music or social justice issues or my family or whatever it is, it's like if I'm passionate about something, that is all, like it's one of maybe 3 things that I only care about. Like I put every my all into things that I put my all into things that I'm passionate about, and therefore I think like I'm just a very passionate person when I am passionate about something, if that makes sense.
It's a good answer. Now it comes the fun part. I normally play a game called Fantasy Rock Band. You probably heard of fantasy sports. I'm not a sports guy. I like
Okay.
music. I thought of changing it up for you. So instead of creating this perfect rock band, let's kind of just take a scenario, and I want to find out what your answer is. So you're
Okay.
playing your first Rogers Arena tour. You've already played that arena, but you're playing it. You're fronting it. It's your show. It's in Vancouver. Who would you want to sing a duet with?
Taylor Swift. 100% Taylor Swift. All I ever think about is Taylor Swift. I would love to sing with Taylor Swift. That would be like my dream life moment in the world, because I just look up to her so much as a songwriting um inspiration, and just as a person, I think she's just a genius.
Prepare for a dad joke now. That was a very swift answer.
I love that.
Boom.
That really good spot.
What's up? What's coming up for Victoria Anthony? You've got Fashion Week you're performing at?
I'm gonna be opening up like a New York Fashion Week show, I think. Or New York Fashion Week show segment, if that makes sense. I'm opening up for a designer who did these like very, very cool nail jewelry things on my last music video for Dirty Lipstick. And she reached out and asked if I would come to New York, and I was like, yes, I will. And so I'm very excited about this.
And we've got some new releases coming out soon, I hope.
Yes,
As you
I'm actually
explore all this new
filming a music
rockier side
video
of
in
you.
2 weeks. which I'm also co-directing.
I'm
so
sorry, can you
that's
repeat that? I was talking over you.
absolutely no worries. Yeah, I'm filming a music video in 2 weeks for a new song, which is coming out soonish. Um, and yeah, I'm going to be going on tour in November in the United States, which is really, really exciting. And yeah, I just got some new releases. I'm writing a lot right now. Um, I'm going to the studio next week to do some stuff. So there's just a lot going on. And there's going to be a lot to consume and see and listen to.
Victoria on fire. Well, thank you so much for being with us, Montreal Rocks, and we look forward to you visiting Montreal at some point in your career. And
Yes, I
I'll be
can't wait.
there.
Yep.
And I don't think I'll sing a duet with you, but I'll sing along maybe to one of the songs in the audience.
Perfect. Perfect.
Thanks for coming by.
Thank you. This was lovely.